And now, for a completely change of business model, Carlo Bertolatti, General Manager of Yves Rocher, Italy.
Allora, Yves Rocher.
Well, Yves Rocher, a quite well-known brand in Italy. We were considering your balance sheets in the past 10 years, and your growth results are exceptional. What are your sales at the moment? Well, it depends on how you consider them, but sell out without VAT, 190 million. Yes, 10 years with double-digit growth, 38 million in 2010, 119 2020, much quicker than what we compared. A success story for several reasons. There were lots of intermediate steps throughout this growth with very clear goals set. First, we renewed the whole brand at world level because we needed a brand with a new image. In Italy, we were really able to create a new brand. We had two channels before, and the brand was quite strange and different between the two. So first, we worked a lot on the brand, and then we focused on the two channels. Since 2015, we experienced a boom. Two channels that are, because Yves Rocher has a business model. Yes. Well, if we start talking about that, we could talk for years. We have 112 points of sale, about 200 million direct sales, and social selling, which is direct selling in a modern way. Can you tell us what social selling is? It seems easy, but it isn't. Well, it's quite difficult since time. It's direct selling, which was in the U.S. one person to another. Social selling is the evolution, again, from the U.S. market, exploiting the social media. People promote the products through the social media. So they use social media, and the managers and the sellers offer products, become sort of influencers, even career opportunities if you want. The market is quite stable in Italy with direct selling, and we have really boomed. Well, direct selling is a very consistent channel, but growth is not that much. Why did you boom? In your opinion, what's the key for that? Well, I believe first, we got modernized. We found a success story that really came from our own network. People who started by themselves without a company strategy. We actually picked the opportunity. We interviewed those sellers or managers. We internalized and branded their strategy and then increased it tenfold. Since 2016, it has really boomed year after year. How many people in staff do you have? Commercial figures. They can be consumers and sellers, 200,000 in Italy. And they have managers, 430 zone managers, 6,000 group leaders. So your typical seller is someone who has who uses that as a second job, or what? Well, it depends on the position. People actually only do that to obtain products with a personal discount, or other people can do that as sellers, as own job. Our managers instead have that as a real job. We can't talk about a fixed wage, but they do really earn a lot. And do you support these sales through a communication strategy? Do you invest in Yves Rocher, or is it self-generated? Well, we have retail. We believe in both channels, and we believe in both experiences because there are different consumers. Even during the pandemic, the stores were closed. Not so many of our own customers did not shift from one channel to the other. If the store was closed, yes, they didn't buy. Right. We really had huge problems. And as for visibility, we had worked on the brand before being that visible in a unique way throughout all our channels. But we do invest on visibility, which we double year after year. We strongly believe in that. And we've got to total awareness above 80%. Do you invest on online or traditional visibility, TV, radio, online, with Federica Pellegrini last year on television, so really 360 degrees. You had two channels before, direct and social selling. What about retail? Do you have any plans for expansion, or is it a complementary channel? It's part of the success story. It's been profitable since 2016. Then after that, we have opened 10 stores every year. With the pandemic, as we already heard before, we have only closed one store. We have no plans for closing others. We've worked a lot on resilience and margins, new ways of selling. We talked about technology before. The L'Oréal colleague, as the L'Oréal colleague said before, we have new tools in store, so we are reinforcing the experience on the channel we have. In the next years, we are going to open new stores, so you have to increase the profitability of those stores you already have now. Yes, we were able to be back to the profitability of 2019. Now we have to find our top line back with a strengthening of our CRM, new customers. And there are some top shopping centers where we are not present. What about e-commerce? Well, another question I could answer for hours. We believe in social selling is our e-commerce experience. For the final customer, it's like e-commerce, but there's the plus that is a personalized, customized experience. We believe in the digital experience, but we want to push on that more and more, not true and pure e-commerce. So on the Yves Rocher site, there's no way to buy a product. No, not currently not, but within short, I might tell you something different. You'll have a different channel. And within the Yves Rocher brand in Italy, you have 200 million sales. How are you classified in Italy? What is your market within the group? Well, within the group, we've become the second market after France for the Yves Rocher brand. And in total, the group with 9 brands makes 2 billion in sales. We are third, ranking third in the group, and the second considering the brand. So you are very well positioned within the group. Yes, we got several visits in the past 10 years, for sure. So you currently believe there's still room for expansion or not? Well, growth, there's always room for growth. It's quite difficult to understand our potential nowadays because possibly 2020 was a boom year. We had 30 million growth in social selling because many people were at home watching the socials. So even maybe we did more than what we were prepared to do. I believe we can still grow. I wouldn't be able to say the figure, but we have to get more modern and structured in terms of ERP and processes, but we do have room for improving and growing. It's interesting to think that this business model has a company that can make such sales. We always talk about perfumers, pharmacists. Well, everyone actually is quite surprised by that. Well, that's an old model which has taken up a totally new life through the social media and the new channels. Well, talking about the metaverse, I believe that in the future, this channel is often considered to be obsolete, but I think it's very modern and I believe it's going to grow even more. Are there any companies in the market that, considering your brilliant results, are thinking maybe about penetrating this market? Well, we were copied in the way we do the socials in Italy. It's quite difficult to grow when everyone is present. There are also brands like L'Occitane who are trying something like that in North America. Many brands are trying to do that. In my opinion, it's much easier through acquisitions for group, because creating a sales network from zero, from scratch, that's not easy, because it's very difficult. Very interesting, really. Thank you for your interview, for witnessing, and thanks for your time and presence here. Congratulations.